So, I kind of did a bad thing last week, guys. It's something I'm not really proud of, but I'm
You
just
touch
gonna.
someone in their no-no places.
Well, that's Tuesday. Um, no, but I did something that I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Yeah.
I bought Destiny: The Taken King.
Oh,
Ooh.
you see, you are the reason that we get games like that. You're the reason that dude who said, "Oh yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. They'll buy it anyway," is right.
I
Feel
did
like I
pay
could
full
go on a
price.
I feel like I could
That's
go on a rant right now about like the Watchman preacher. You are the sheeple. You are the people who crucified Jesus.
Oh god, I remember that guy. Yeah. Fuck you, Spill.com, you bunch of fucking assholes. What happened to that guy?
what are you talking about?
You don't remember that? There was this dude years ago, like way back, like when Spill.com was still around. Like I think it was like
It would have
2010
been
or something.
I think it would have been 2009 because it was the same year
Yeah, 2009.
Watchmen
Yeah.
Oh
came
no,
out.
that was before I really got into Spill.
Oh yeah, there was this guy called the Watchman Preacher that they were kind of not obsessed over, but they were so in love with because this guy was completely insane. Like this guy would go on a rant.
It's just like this fat Mexican dude.
Yeah, this fat Mexican guy who would be like, "Listen, people," with 100% seriousness would say, "Watchmen is like the Bible. Do you not understand this?"
Alan Moore is like Jesus.
Yeah. Alan Moore is Jesus. Watchmen is the Bible, and whatever this is the Holy Ghost. And
Was this just a dude they found on YouTube, or
yeah,
was
it was
this
just
like?
a random guy they found on YouTube, and apparently the guy found out about Spill and got pissed at them because during one of their Michael Bay video reviews, they had this one little joke where they went into Michael Bay's brain, and it turns out it's Michael Bay shooting everything, and his penis is an American flag waving around and shit. He got pissed off at Spill.com. And during the next episode, he was ranting about the remake for Nightmare on Elm Street, and he's like, "You people are the sheeple, the people that make us have shit." And then out of nowhere, he
He
just
goes
says,
like, make fun of that, Spill.com.
"Make fun of this Spill.com, you bunch of fucking assholes." And it's like, what?
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can totally
I
find
am absolutely going to look that up.
just both of them. It's a Watchmen Preacher, and then just Spill or Let's Do This or whatever, and there you go.
Well, I know what I'm doing once this podcast is over then. But no, I had my old copy of Destiny, and I had an unopened copy of Mad Max for PS4, and I was like, and I just kept hearing like I didn't really want Mad Max. I got it for free through something I can't really talk about, but
I
but
like that. I like that. It's like, I got this for free, but I can't say where.
but So I did like I kept hearing I was like I don't really want to play this game, and then I just kept hearing like yeah it's just kind of generic and boring. It's not really that fun. I was like all right fuck it. So I got the Destiny Taken King for like $27, and
You got another game that's like kind of generic and not all that fun.
hey apparently it fixes everything. Okay, I haven't played it yet because I'm trying not to play a first person shooter until Fallout 4 comes out.
I like
but,
that he says, "Hey, it fixes everything. I haven't played it yet, but."
I'm aware of the hyperbole. The
No, I could give you shit.
that's not. I can't words. Shit. All right.
I can't words.
So some shit happened this week.
So apparently they're finally. I don't know. Before we go straight into the news, but I heard like they're finally releasing the Batman Arkham Knight PC thing. And you're
they-
promising, oh, it's fixed, and I'm thinking
They fixed everything this time.
it's a little too late for that.
Yeah, everyone knows how disappointing it was. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wonder,
And
like,
on top of that, it was like, oh, and you still have to pay for the DLC. Like, they couldn't even give it to you for free.
that's bullshit. I wonder for the people that actually pre-ordered it, are they going to get it free? Like, for the people that bought it with, like, pre-orders or, bought it through the whole Nvidia thing?
They still have the game.
Oh, okay.
It's just like it was never like they disabled people's copies of the game. They just didn't sell it anymore.
Right, okay. God, that
So
would
I
be
think it was
horrifying
like
if
2
they
or
were
3
able to
weeks
do
ago
that.
they released a new PC patch that seemed to fix everything. So maybe this is now they integrated that patch and now they're gonna sell it again.
Yeah. I think like on the whole, I would still give it like a 6. Even then,
Mm.
because God, that whole Riddler trophy thing, it's like, oh, unlock the full ending, which is only like a minute extra.
I don't really have a problem with that. The only problem I had with it was that the Riddler was just such. He was so stupidly written in this game compared to
He
the
was
other
a
ones.
hipster.
Just annoying. Well, no, it was the fact that he was like in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. I could kind of get over it because he wasn't as bad, but in Arkham Knight, they go so far as once Batman's identity is revealed, he thinks he's so clever that it was like, no, you'd never let your identity be revealed.
Yeah.
It's still someone else, and I would just.
Well, you got him in small doses was the thing in like the first 2.
Yeah, but then when he's taunting you,
It's like, oh
whatever.
God, I just want to strangle this
I
fucker.
don't know. I thought that was pretty characteristic of the Riddler. He just couldn't accept that he wasn't the one to reveal Batman's identity and that it was Bruce
No,
Wayne
but it
that
was
was.
just constant. Like,
Well,
that wouldn't have been an issue if it was just occasional, but it was all the time.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. I can see what both of you guys mean, because it's like, yeah, that is kind of his thing, where it's like, oh yeah, he would never accept, like, even in, what was it, in Arkham City, when you listen to one of the interview tapes, Hugo Strange goes up and like, hey, yeah, I know the identity of the Batman, and he starts flipping out, and he's like, you're lying, and starts going nuts.
The Riddler can't accept that anyone but him would figure out Batman's identity.
Yeah.
And he really wouldn't accept it if he actually found out it was Bruce Wayne, because he couldn't accept that.
It was that fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I think the best Riddler is definitely Jim Carrey.
You know, I can't tell if you're joking or not, but I kind of agree.
I'm the Batman.
Thank you very much.
That's Batman. No, is that which one is that?
Batman Forever.
It's not.
I
Yeah,
have
Batman
not seen-
Forever.
I've only seen of the Tim Burton. I've only seen Batman, and I think when I was a little kid, I saw a few minutes of Batman and Robin.
Oh, God, Batman and Robin's so fucking Jesus.
Of course, it would make Arkham Knight a 10 out of 10 if they released that skin pack with all the film characters.
Yeah.
You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay. That'd be horrifying. I think that's also the reason where it's like this season pass thing was just like awful, really. So
Yeah,
far, it's just
I haven't
like ridiculous.
bought any DLC for it. I think the only one I'm going to buy is the one that has Prometheus in it, if those leaks were true, because I fucking love Prometheus.
What?
Yeah, someone like dug around in the code and found that some of the DLC was going to feature specific characters. One of them was Prometheus, so...
Huh.
Oh,
Weird.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Prometheus hasn't really shown up in a lot of like things, and he's actually a really cool character.
Well, no, he showed up in Grant Morrison's run on Justice League, and then got bastardized in Cry for Justice, which is fucking terrible.
I thought they used him pretty well in Gail Simone's Birds of Prey.
I don't think that was actually him, though. Like,
Wasn't it?
No, I think there's more than one. There's the original one, and then there's like his apprentice person that took over.
I don't remember much of it.
I don't know. I don't know the whole history, but yeah, they kind of fucked him up in that Cry for Justice.
Has he actually shown up in like the whole New 52 deal? Like,
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
yeah, because for the life of me, I can't really think. Like, I can't remember if he's ever been in there at all.
I don't think the Secret Six has even shown up in 52.
No, I don't think so either. It's like I know what's happening now, and it just sounds god awful. Where it's like, like Bruce Wayne's no longer Batman. He's had amnesia, and the new Batman is.
I thought he died, didn't he?
No, he's alive, and
No,
he
he
has.
died and he came back to life, but he's got amnesia.
Yeah.
So he doesn't remember that he's Batman.
Yeah, and like Commissioner Gordon is the new Batman in a giant bunny robot suit. It's pretty fun. Superman is still a douchebag since he's ever been. Like, he's still like a hulking moron, pretty much. That's just fucking destroying everything and everyone. And
Dick Grayson had to become evil for a while, but he wasn't actually evil. He was pretending to be evil to become a secret agent, but because Batman set him up on it, but now Batman doesn't remember that he set him up on it, so...
Yeah, Power Girl has been replaced with a token black girl, and no one has done anything interesting with her at all.
Did anyone ever do anything interesting with Power Girl?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Like, was there a Power Girl?
The comic book that they had way back when, before the New 52 began, was actually really enjoyable. It was actually real
Amanda
fun.
Conner was working on?
That was the one where the art was by Amanda... What the fuck is her name?
Amanda Conner?
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually a really fun read. It wasn't that bad.
I will definitely get into that. I'm reading Miss Marvel right now, and that is just as good as everyone said it was.
You see, I like Miss Marvel. I like Power Girl. But then it's like, I never buy them in my comic book store. I buy them from the internet, because it's like, it's that thing where it's like, oh, he's not buying this because he actually likes these characters, or... You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh no, he's not buying these because he likes these characters. He's probably gonna jerk off, and it's like, what the really?
No. I'm talking about the new Miss Marvel, the 16-year-old Miss Marvel.
No, I'm talking about well, obviously, but I'm talking about like in the general of these women.
Oh no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's why you go to the library and then you use their self-checkout system so nobody can see what you're checking out.
Right? Yeah. I still get pissed off at that, where it's like, really? I just can't fucking buy this comic about a female character and just like it to like it. It's got to be like I have some sexual agenda or some bullshit.
You have to get over that, dude, because they just announced that Mark Waid and Chris Samney are going to be working on the new Black Widow book, the team that made Daredevil so great for the past...
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're... Yeah. People have made Daredevil amazing.
Nice.
Going to take over Black Widow, which already had a fucking great... team on it. Nathan Edmondson, I forget who the artist was.
So I am going to have to get over that. I'm going to have to deal with the really creepy, the fucking leers of the female comic book store owner looking at me like, how old are you? Actually,
bitch, I pay your bills.
Yeah, I pay for your store.
Shut up and do your fucking job. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, Marvel, I love the new Moon Knight. Like, the Moon Knight stuff that came out.
Is that the one written by Warren Ellis, or is that something else?
I think, let me see.
I can't find where to jump on to Moon Knight, because I remember Bo saying on an old episode of the now-defunct Loose Cannon Comics.
The author was Brian Wood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for, like, the second volume, the first volume was Warren Ellis.
Okay.
Yeah, and then...
That's a good pedigree.
Oh, yeah, it was really, really good. Like, there's this one great one where, he's trying to find this murderer and everything, and he starts seeing all these souls from this apartment and everything, and it wraps up really good. Like, the Moon Knight stuff, the Hawkeye stuff, it's weird. It's like the best Marvel stuff is the ones where they're either, like, lower tier or they have no powers.
Yeah, it allows them to do a lot with the character.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why not very many people do well with Superman, is because they always have him on Earth fighting street-level villains, when that's not really how you write good Superman. You write good Superman by sending him into space and taking on galaxy-level threats.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's part of the reason why Superman the Animated Series was so good, is because you got to see him slowly getting stronger, because he wasn't always, like, unbelievably powerful, so he would get punched the fuck out sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that was always the thing they did right. Even with the Justice League series, was like they always set his limits more or less, and when they did need like the big fight or whatever, they would get people that understandably could beat him down to a pulp. You know, like Darkseid.
Well, the most brilliant thing they did with the Bruce Timm animated series was they showed Superman getting more. They never like splat out said like I'm getting more powerful, but like he was obviously progressing in getting more powerful as the series went on.
Yeah.
So, like, when you finally got to the final episode of Justice League Unlimited, where he finally just lets fucking loose on Darkseid.
Yeah. Oh man.
I do find that, like, whenever people bring up the whole Batman versus Superman thing, when they say, oh, well, Batman's clearly smarter, I hate that, because Superman's not stupid. I mean, he might be in New 52, but
Yeah.
it's
not. Yeah, he's not stupid. It's just more
Everyone
like.
always-
Like, their brains are completely different. Like, you know, Superman wouldn't really think to go the lengths that Batman does. You know what
Well,
I mean?
that's the thing about everyone always brings up, oh, the Dark Knight Returns and Batman sort of kicked his ass. Throughout the whole fight, Superman's like, he's hitting him, but then he's going like, come on, Bruce, stop. We're not, he's not like going all out. He's like,
yeah, and
he's
Batman
intentionally
technically
holding
only
back
won
because
that
he doesn't want to hurt his
get
friend.
help.
Well,
So-
that's why I never get those whole, like, oh, who would win, this and this. And it's like, you're basing off of one simple fact and all, and it's like this whole thing between Superman and Batman, there's all of these different factors of, like, you know, how long they've been friends for and how, like, you know, what they're willing to do and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, like, the reason Batman won was because, yeah, he wouldn't give the fuck up. He just kept going, honestly.
Well,
And
yeah, he had help as well.
yeah, you know, he had a lot. He had some of his friends, you know, he had Green Arrow and all. And speaking of which, I gotta talk to you about that. I just started watching Arrow and all, and I have actually a couple questions.
I haven't watched Arrow.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know a lot about Green Arrow.
Okay. I don't really know a lot about Green Arrow either.
Well, the only things that I know is from the animated show, from the Justice League animated show, and from the comic where he had sex with that one Native American woman, and it was around the time where Batman found out that they were all dicks and they fucked with his brain. Oh, but I have to ask, in all the comics, does Green Arrow actually kill people? Like,
I think he did for a little bit.
like mercilessly? Because, goddamn.
No, that was definitely a problem people brought up. I remember when Arrow first started. Because he's just kind of dropping bitches left and right.
Yeah, like, I see the first episode, and he's fucking breaking their necks and cracking their backs and, like, slitting their throats and shit. It's like, Jesus, man!
Yeah, how far are you into?
I
Series
just watched
one?
the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh, have you got to Deadshot yet?
No, I don't think so,
okay.
no.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Deadshot. I know Deathstroke was in here. And I know that, like, Black Canary was supposed to show up at some point, thanks to, like, the Flash.
Only not really.
Not really. Ugh.
She shows up, but she's not Black Canary. Like she doesn't have the powers or anything.
Oh.
Man, that's always annoyed me. It's like, just give me Black Canary with her canary cry.
Yeah. Give me I remember they did actually have a Birds of Prey movie
No,
show.
we're not
Yes, they
talking
did.
about
Yes, they did. And it was fucking awful.
Whenever they have fucking superheroines in high heels, it always pisses me off. That was one of the coolest things. That I was like, oh, good, they're not fucking doing that in the new Jessica Jones teaser, not the one where she crushes the alarm clock, the one where she's like in the bar.
Yeah.
She's like wearing like actual boots. I'm like, okay, thank God. She's not like walking around in high heels.
Superheroes have
pretending
actually
to be
had high
badass.
heels.
You know,
Like, how many superheroes have actually had high heels? Because it'd be like,
Black Canary,
okay.
Huntress.
Really?
No, dude, you look at almost all of their costumes, and most of them are in high heels.
That's weird.
You know,
I mean, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, you saw Jurassic World, right? She was running around in high heels perfectly. So
She was kicking ass in those.
no, I didn't see Jurassic World. I haven't seen any of the Jurassic Park movies.
Really?
Yeah,
No, that's understandable.
uh,
I actually think they're a little. I have watched the first one. Didn't watch the second one. Watched the third one where he starts sleeping, and he sees
Alan.
Alan.
oh, Jesus Christ.
And yeah, I have watched Jurassic World, and it's like they're okay. Like they're not completely awful. Like I've seen
Like-
so many awful ones, but I think the first one's a little bit like I understand.
overhyped.
Yeah, a little bit overhyped, but I do understand why it's such a big deal and why it was so amazing.
It's like
that's
the
where I
Lost
was-
World, right? The second one was
Yeah, the second one was the Lost World with
Jeff Goldblum.
with Jeff going life.
Well, but the thing about the Lost World is that nobody really likes it in comparison to the first one, and yet there was such a missed opportunity because they had Pete Postlethwaite in there as like this world-renowned hunter who was there with his little team, and they were
Pete Postlethwaite for fucking ever. His name had literally been excised from my brain until you just said his name right there.
And it was like you could have had such a good film if you just had like Jeff Goldblum and Pete Postlethwaite with this band of hunters on the island hunting dinosaurs, but they had to introduce fucking Julianne Moore into that film and Vince Vaughn and his who's black.
So after True Detective season 2, could we just accept that Vince Vaughn can't act? Like,
yeah.
Can we
Well,
accept
he can.
that?
He's good at playing Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, but it's... Yeah.
Yeah.
I think True Detective was okay, but it got so confusing because
It
it's like, who the fuck are
it
these
really
people?
wasn't. Like, it was good. It had good parts of it, but
Yeah.
I've kind of sworn off season 2.
Yeah.
it's
It was kind of like, it was so confusing because when I was watching, I was like, okay, who the fuck is this? Why are they doing this? And I got so confused.
it's not. Like, I'm gonna try to watch season 3, but if it's not,
I do hope that this wasn't the case. That, like, season 1 was just a fluke.
I'm gonna be surprised if they don't, because no matter the reaction to it, I'm pretty sure season 2 still got pretty good numbers.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I'm pretty damn sure that season 3 is coming. Yeah.
All right, so we want to jump into these.
No, let's keep talking about comic books and shit.
Yeah, comic books and TV. I was like last week.
I only talk to you fucking people like once a week, so it's like, you know, I get consumed by video games every fucking day.
Well, that's the fucking podcast is about, Ryan.
I want this more to be like the Leog, where
We can come back. Well, like the Leog, we've got to have our news segment, which is usually the beginning of the show, and we can come back around to it.
Alright, yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Alright. So there was a live-action trailer for Halo 5 Guardians, which was basically announcing it was like a fake thing where they're announcing to the world, like, Chief died. But it's playing on the whole what they've been teasing from the very beginning with this ad campaign that, like, is the Chief dead? Is the Chief a hero? Is the Chief a villain?
And let me answer this. Yes, he's alive. No, he's not dead. Yes, he's the good guy. No, he's not the bad guy. There you go. I'm done.
Fuck you, I'm still getting Halo 5.
I'll get Halo 5 eventually once they release a new Xbox One, like the Xbox One Slim or something.
Right.
They're going to release a Slim, in all honesty.
Huh?
I don't think they're going to do a Slim.
Why not?
Well, they're going to do a new version of it, like the... Not the Elite. They're already releasing the Elite, but I'm thinking they're going to make it smaller and give it more processing power and a larger hard drive, because they always do that. PS4 is going to do that.
But I mean, like, the reason for it being so big is they said that it's so that it doesn't overheat. So they kind of intentionally gave it extra space.
That's what they said, sure. But then in 2 or 3 years they'll come out and like, oh, we found out this new design that totally gets around that.
Yeah, but they also said they couldn't turn off DRM with a switch, and look what happened there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Where it's like, look, people, we can't turn off DRM, and then their stock starts going down. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
The console just won't work without the Kinect. Yes, it can. Okay, it can work without the Kinect. Oh God!
Yeah. I've never. I gotta be honest. I've never liked those whole live action the trailer things with real people.
I don't like a lot of live action trailers, but the ones for the Halo games have always been really, really well made.
Yeah, those have been good, but it's like I always am like, I don't know. I don't want.
Blomkamp got his start making live action trailers for Halo 3.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
exactly. It's like they have connections to film studios and stuff,
right?
So it's budget to kind of splash out.
I don't know. For me, it's like it just feels weird having real people try and act in a trailer about a video game, and I don't know. It feels weird for some reason. That's just my thing.
No, I agree with you. Like, a lot of the time they are cringe-worthy, like,
Yeah,
Destiny
exactly.
trailers
Yeah.
are terrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
The Destiny trailers are fun, but they are stupid.
Yeah. Oh
Kinda
yeah,
like
I
the
saw
Call
the
of Duty
new one,
trailers.
and it's I saw the new one of those of that live action Destiny thing, and
Whenever they fucking have people pretending to be playing a game online and like pretending to like be talking to their friends.
yeah, in the reality, yeah, it doesn't work because in the reality it would have been, why didn't you give me that fucking gun, faggot? At least once, someone would have been yelling that.
All right. Well, yeah, live action. I actually thought this was not as good as the previous ones in the past, but it was still really well made.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. Halo 5, it's coming. You're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
You know
everyone's
you
gonna
are.
buy it. It's Halo. It's guaranteed money.
Well, kind
Guaranteed.
of yeah, guaranteed. Kind of another twist in the knife for Silent Hills. It's recently come out that famous Japanese horror manga horror creator Junji Ito, who's famous for a lot of other things, but the work Uzumaki, which, if you haven't read it, is one of the most fucking terrifying and fucked up mangas out there. It's only like 20 chapters. It's ooh.
Yeah,
It
I love
gives
that,
me
especially
chills
with the
thinking about it.
giant red fox and the blonde-haired boy who keeps screaming, "Believe it."
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah, but turns out he was doing designs for Silent Hills, so that was part of add on to the reason. Oh, this game would have been fucking incredible.
Really? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
seeing pictures of this, and
Yeah.
yeah, this would have been fucking awesome and very disturbing.
And it's
So,
like,
This pisses me off. Yeah, this.
shall we continue in the fuck Konami?
fucking Konami, dude.
Okay, honestly, I am serious. How long do you honestly think that they have?
Dude, they're gonna keep going.
They're not going away. They've got loads of other stuff.
Do they?
Just not
Because,
video.
Dude, they make fucking shit tons of money making pachinko machines.
really? You see, I would have thought that pachinko machine shit would have been like, I don't know, like, okay,
You
what
don't
is,
even know. In
what the fuck?
in
What is a
East
pachinko machine?
Asia, Jesus Christ, pachinko.
Yeah, okay, so what is what does a pachinko machine do exactly?
It's just like a gambling thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Dude, there's pictures online of like pachinko bars in
Is it?
Japan and Korea where there's literally just like closed doors and you can't see anything except for occasional lights because there's just a wall of cigarette smoke. They'll
Jesus.
just open the door and cigarette smoke will leak out and you'll just wade through the cigarette smoke to get to a pachinko machine.
Jeez, yeah. But that's all they're doing now, isn't it? It's like just fucking pachinko
No,
machines.
they own like health clubs and stuff like that.
What?
They're a big corporation. They do a lot of shit.
That's weird. They really do health clubs?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But it's like, at this point, I'm really not sure why we haven't seen one of the other big companies come in and offer to buy stuff from them.
Yeah, like, I would have thought this would have been like something like the whole THQ thing, except, they're not going under, where they're like, look, we want to buy Silent Hill, we want to buy Metal Gear, we want to buy all this shit.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Because then they wouldn't be able to make money off it anymore.
But they're not making money off of it anymore.
Yeah, they are, dude. They can use they had the whole thing, oh, we're making a Silent Hill pachinko machine.
Oh,
they can use the
yeah.
branding and stuff.
Ugh, that's fucking. Ugh.
These are the people that have been holding fucking Castlevania hostage. Now they're going to be holding Metal Gear hostage.
They're holding everything fucking hostage, except for what is it, Pro Evolution Soccer?
Yeah, they came out. Was it last week and said that the only AAA game they're going to make now is Pro Evolution Soccer?
Yeah, they're not doing any more Silent Hill. So it's like, for anyone that was hoping that Metal Gear Solid 5 was going to have like DLC to explain the broken story, you're out of luck.
Which, like, Pro Evolution Soccer, it's not even really as popular as, like, FIFA or something, so what's the point?
I never even heard of. I gotta be honest. I have not heard of Pro Evolution Soccer until they announced that was the only thing they were making.
Because most of the world likes soccer, and not everyone it's enough of a market that the people who don't want to get FIFA can get that.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the only I thought that was the only soccer game that I knew. It was FIFA. I thought that was the only one being made.
EA prefers you to think that.
Yeah. Well, EA prefers for me to think a lot of things.
All right, so we got two stories here that are just kind of about file sizes, which have been kind of an issue. Well, not really an issue, a talking point since this generation of consoles started, because it seems like games are coming out with really obscenely large file sizes, but some people say, oh, just because games are more advanced nowadays. So the first story is that Nathan Drake, the Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection is going to come out at 44.46 gigabytes on the PlayStation 4, which it's 3 games. You can kind of understand, but it still seems a little hefty.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, on the other side, Fallout 4 was on the Xbox One product page for Fallout 4. You can see that they're saying the file size is only 28.12 gigabytes.
Really?
Huh? Yeah.
Isn't there supposed to be an update for that, though? The day one thing.
Yeah, everyone's saying maybe that's just like the initial file size and they'll add update it. But it does bring to the point the question, what the fuck are other developers doing?
I don't know.
Are they just not compressing their files anymore? It's like when was it Advanced Warfare came out where it had a super bloated...
No, it was Titanfall, I think.
Yeah, it was Titanfall, where it had a super bloated install size, and then people went into the code and was like, all these fucking audio files are just not compressed. It's just like a bunch of shit that they're just like, we don't have to do it anymore, so we just won't. Where Bethesda, on the other hand, is always... I think someone brought up when I initially read this, that Skyrim was only like 8 gigabytes.
What?
So like Bethesda's like fucking masters of just compressing the shit out of their files. And it seems like since this generation started, other gaming companies just, because we have the hard drive space to support it now, they're just like, we don't have to do it.
Or maybe, the more likely situation is they're like, oh, fuck it, who cares? Or it's like they haven't figured it out fully. This is the very unlikely idea, but maybe they haven't figured out how to compress with these specific right now with these consoles. Maybe, I don't know.
It's probably just cheaper to leave it uncompressed.
Yeah. I mean, that's the more likely situation.
Column A, column B. They don't want to spend the extra resources because they might not know how to do it properly. But
okay, I do have a question, and this might be because of my own stupidity, because I don't know that much about computers and I don't know that much about hardware. So
I don't either. But I'll pretend to know.
So let's have an example. So say like Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. That doesn't take as long to like load up or like stream up, like from Steam. When you're downloading that from Steam or installing it from Steam, that doesn't take as long as it does for like the PS4 to like install or download or what have you Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4 or Xbox One. Why is that exactly?
It was probably to do with the RAM, right?
Yeah, it all depends on how beefy your PC is, if you got the right amount of RAM, how much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious because it's like consoles nowadays are so much like computers nowadays. So like whenever someone tells me, "Oh yeah, I'm downloading Grand Theft Auto 5 on like PS4 and it's gonna take like 18 hours," I'm like, "What?"
Well, it depends what like if you're downloading like just you're fucking digitally buying it, it'll take a while. Like just the update file for the Taken King for Destiny was like 18 gigabytes, and it took like 4 or 5 hours for me to download. But when you're doing it directly from the disc, everyone says, "Oh, it takes forever." I find it only usually takes like 10 to 15 minutes when you're doing it straight from the disc.
Really? Yeah. You see, my friend, he was trying to install Bloodborne, and it was the disc and everything, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna take 4 or 5 hours." I'm like, the fuck is this thing doing that it's taking like 4 or 5 hours?
That is doesn't sound... Bloodborne only took me like
Or
less than 10 minutes.
it might not have been Bloodborne. It might have been another game. I don't know which one, but it was one of those disc games.
Doing directly from the disc, it's never taken me more than 10 minutes.
Maybe his PS4 is broken or something.
That may be a possibility.
Dude might want to get that checked out.
I also delete games I haven't played in a long time, so I usually generally have over 100 gigabytes of space free. So maybe he just has a really bloated hard drive. I don't know.
Maybe.
All right. So moving on, PC people always like to complain about the lack of Red Dead Redemption being ported to the PC, and it turns out that Rockstar never planned it in the first place. Like, it was never even a possibility. Like, they didn't even think about it. One of the former people who worked at Rockstar was quoted as saying, "I don't think there was ever the intention to have a PC version of Red Dead Redemption. I was actually super shocked when they did a PC version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Obviously, in development, we were all PC based and had it running for Windows 32 clients for the entire Win32 client for the entire development. But as far as licensing for the consoles and stuff, it was pretty much always going to be Xbox 360 and PS3 titled. To the best of my recollection, I don't think we ever seriously talked about optimizing it for PC." So it kind of just gives you a peek into the window of Rockstar, where they're just like, yeah, we don't really give a shit about things that aren't guaranteed to make a lot of money.
That's weird.
Well, PC gamers kind of deserve to be taken down a peg. Whoops, sorry.
No. Too late. We already been banned. Podcast is over.
I'll delete that.
We're being reported.
Yes, by me. We will introduce you to the final solution.
Well, it's always the double-edged sword, because
like, I don't think Grand Theft Auto 5 sold that bad on like.
Oh no, it didn't. But have we seen the pirating numbers?
No,
because that's always the thing with PC is there's always there's a lot of people who want to buy it legitimately on PC. There's also a shit ton more people who just straight up pirate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I do want to see, like, let me see. Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, like... as of now, I'm on Kick-Ass Torrents looking at this, and, like, the people seeding this is, like, 181 people.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Which, compared to, and I'm looking at Steam, and I'm comparing to the reviews, and even then, it's probably a lot higher. 67,438 people have reviewed it, and there's probably a whole lot of more people that bought it. Because not everyone does the reviews, so I don't know. I would kind of think that, in some way, for these kind of games that are like, what is it, like 50 gigabytes or whatever, because let me see it. No, 59.03 gigabytes. I would think that more people would be, like, I think for these, less people download these because they have such a giant gigabyte thing when they could buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that may be one of the things that's changed this time around. Is
God, I'm horrible at explaining shit.
The install files are so fucking huge now that it just makes more sense to rather wait forever to fucking torrent something when the seeder may turn it off halfway through.
Yeah, when you can just buy something. Yeah. Like, I'm looking at all these things that are like the complete game, and it's like literally the highest person to download it is 181 people. Everyone else is like below like 70 to 50.
Yeah. All right. So Telltale's Back to the Future game, which is the game they made that kind of got some critical acclaim before The Walking Dead, where I was like, oh, hey, they're making good games again. Is going to be re-released on PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360 to coincide with the 30th anniversary of the movie.
Which, God, it's been 30 years. That's, wow.
Yeah, Jesus. It's coming out on October 13th. It's going to be in stores and as a digital download. Hey, I never got to play it, and I heard it was pretty good, so they picked this up. Either of you played?
Yeah, I did. I played the first, second, and third episode that they had, and I think I even played the fourth, and they were all fun. They were all like, they were the ones that started the whole thing of Telltale doing these kinds of things.
Yeah.
And they weren't bad, but they've definitely gotten better and better. Or, well, not really. I mean,
it's all been on the same engine.
Yeah. Like, I shouldn't say they've gotten better. The
found
that they've picked have been better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. So have you guys been following? Oh boy, all the shit with Hitman.
No, I didn't know that there was shit with Hitman.
Yeah, about them, like they were going to release the game unfinished and then release the rest of the game in increments or something.
Oh no, they're still doing that.
Oh.
So they came out, I think it was last week, they announced that Hitman got delayed from December of this year and to 2016. Now they're saying it's coming out March 11th. But they're not changing the bullshit release model of you get some of the game now when the game launches. And then in every subsequent month afterwards, you get a little bit more of the game.
That's just stupid.
But they're diehard saying, oh, no. There's definitely an entire game's worth of content in the launch model. And we're just giving you more, despite the fact I think they're saying that it only has 3 locations and is only going to feature 6 campaign missions.
Oh my god. Why?
But... they're saying with every subsequent month going up till July or June that they're going to release a new level and new campaign missions. That there's going to have 2 different sales models. One is the intro pack, where when you buy it, you just get the content that comes with the game and that's going to be $35, or you can pay $60 and get the content that comes in the game, and you get access to the content that comes out in the subsequent months. So,
damn, this is like the Mafia or something.
It's just early access, and they're just giving you the game later because they're not done with it. They're just making you buy It's either they're already done with the content, or they're just making you buy the game now. And then and then making it later, or just cutting it out just to give it to you later.
I think it's the same thing that happened with the Phantom Pain, where the publisher's pushing them to bring it out, and the game's obviously not finished, so they're trying to work around that.
It's probably a little that, and also a little if they want to see if they can make this work. Because I can guarantee you, if it does work, this isn't going to be the last Square Enix game to do it.
We're going to see a lot more of this horrible, horrible shit.
It's kind of a clusterfuck. And if anything, it makes me go, okay, well, I'm not getting that game until all the content's out. And it's down to $10 to $20 in price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, they've cancelled the Deus Ex shit.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, which is like, okay. I mean, you guys didn't really have a choice, because no one... I don't even think the dumbest of people were going to go for this.
So, what Sweet was referring to was the Deus Ex Augment Your Pre-Order, where they had a stupid as fuck system where if a certain number of people pre-order the game, they get to choose this number. They get to choose between these 3 rewards. And then if more people pre-order the game, they'll unlock the second tier of rewards, and then you'll get to choose for that. And they had like 4 tiers of rewards based on they basically saying, we'll only give you this content if enough people pre-order. But they got enough shit for it, so they've canceled that and saying, if you pre-order the game, you get all that content.
Well, it wasn't just that as well. It was the whole, if enough people pre-order it, we'll release it 4 days early.
Yeah, that was like the last level of if enough people pre-order it, they'll release it. Yeah, it's like 3
the equivalent
to 4 days before the day.
Which is the equivalent of saying that like if not enough people pre-order it, then we'll release it 4 days late.
Yeah,
but it just shows this whole like Release dates are kind of bullshit.
Yeah, they kind of are. That would have been hilarious. And if you guys don't pre-order, you're never gonna get the game.
We're gonna fucking throw a bunch of magnets at the master copies of the game and burn down the warehouses printing the discs.
Oh, that would have been fucked up. I kind of want that to happen at some point with some other game.
Like Half-Life 3.
Yeah, have some huge controversy where these fucking assholes throw magnets into the games.
Yeah, Half-Life 3 actually was finished like 8 years ago, but some guy just went mad with a magnet and it's just gone.
Yeah, and they're like, fuck.
All right.
Or like Star Citizen, it turns out that someone accidentally deleted all the data of Star Citizen.
Well, Star Citizen's going down anyway, so...
Oh, are we going to talk about Star Citizen?
We might as well.
Does anyone believe that it's going to fucking come out, really?
Did you see that that report The Escapist made?
Yeah, I did.
So it was like they ran out of money, pretty much.
Well, they claimed to have talked to some current and ex-employees.
Yeah, like 8 or 9 like employees and shit.
Who, I'm just going to read one of the quotes. They refer to the sources as CS1 or CS5 or whatever, stuff like that.
Right.
So this is just one of the quotes in this long article they did, which you can look up. It's on The Escapist. 90 million for what he's pitching, even with the competent leadership, you couldn't do. That's the thing you have to remember about Chris Roberts, is that before this, he hadn't made a game in 12 years. He has no concept of what can and what can't be done today with that amount of money, or for a game like this. Chris Roberts hasn't made a game in 12 years, and he was actively ignoring the input of people who have been in and a part of the industry for that entire time.
I could buy that.
Mm.
I could easily buy that. But you gotta love the outlash that came with this for these people that desperately want this game to succeed and actually come out. The pure venom these people have been spewing, The Escapist is shit. Kotaku, I prefer Kotaku over this, which, bullshit. No one prefers Kotaku over anything. It just it is kind of an interesting thing to see how vitriol that these people can get and how much they want to deny that, hey, maybe there is a problem with this fucking game.
Some people have already spent over $1,000
exactly,
on it.
Which I can which when you counter that in, of course there's going to be people who are flipping the fuck out, denying, oh no, this is going to be perfect, this is going to be amazing, there's going to be no problem whatsoever. Because those are the people that spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on it.
But it's like, at the same time, you have Elite Dangerous, the expansion's coming out soon, which does almost exactly the same thing.
Does it?
Yeah. You've got you've got the character creator, you've got the multi-crew, you've got fighters you can dock in your ship, you've got planetary landing and stuff you can drive around and things like that.
Yeah, once you hit that, then it's for the most part it is pretty much
Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. You see, I don't even give a shit enough to fucking remember its name.
And it's Elite Dangerous is a game that's out.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Star Citizen was supposed to already be out last year.
Yeah, and how long? It's been in development for 4 or 5 years, hasn't it? It's been around for a while.
2012?
2012, so 3 years, probably 4 next year.
And they just kept adding. One of the problems is they just kept adding on things to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like. Sorry.
Feature creep is insane in this game, and there's more. They go into more in depth with more things that are apparently wrong at this. I can't remember the name of the studio, but the studio where it's being worked on. And they went through that whole where everyone's saying, "Oh, they're firing people at this place," and they're saying, "No, we're just strategically reorganizing to put people in a better place." Which anyone who's fucking reads that and doesn't believe and doesn't see through the generic corporate speak for we're firing people. We just can't say we're firing people.
Right? Yeah. Well, this honestly reminds me of when you said, "Oh, they're adding on and on." It kind of reminds me of what happened with Double Fine and Broken Age. You remember that where they had a
Yeah,
whole
it's a
bunch
good
of
point.
fucking movie money, and it was like, oh, we're gonna add on and on and on, and it got to the point where they even had fucked over people that bought their space-based game.
Space-based game?
Yeah, what was it called? I think it was called Space-based DF9. And did you hear about that?
I remember that.
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah, it was a game called Space-based DF9, and I believe it was part of that whole their whole thing of like of a bundle, right? And it was supposed to be like a really fun game, and they ran out of money with it because they put all their money into other bullshit, like the whole Broken Age thing, and they were like, and they basically used Space, even though it was in like, it was pretty much in its beta. They're like, here, fuck it, let the modders do what they want with it, and use that money to try and do what they could to finish up Broken Age.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, and it shows like, oh yeah, these guys have no fucking clue what they're doing with their money, and I could easily buy that these people, I think the company's name for doing Star Citizen is called CSI or something.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I don't know, but I could easily buy that these people are floundering or fucking up the money.
Cloud Imperium Games.
Cloud Imperium, so CIG?
Sure.
Or something, yeah, okay. I could easily buy that these people have no clue what they're doing, and for those people, I saw this a lot on NeoGAF, and it was kind of funny because, like, the only three sponsors from NeoGAF about this was Kotaku is shit, The Escapist is shit and misogynistic. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Kotaku is better than this, and I always loved Kotaku, and I prefer. It was pretty much a kiss after, and this is too big to fail. Which wrong. Nothing is too big to fail.
That's like, Jesus, that's like the same thing people said about... It's the same thing the banks say about themselves.
Exactly, yeah. Anyone who says, this is too big to fail, you're a fucking moron, because nothing is too big to fail. And the best part about that NeoGAF was when Jason Schreider from Kotaku said, us at Kotaku would never do something like this. We have ethics and standards, and you should have heard when my spleens burst out of my sides, and I started screaming bullshit.
Okay, I have to interject here, in case somebody goes off on some person randomly starts listening to this podcast first, and then just skip Star Citizen part. Chris Roberts did officially respond to this.
Yes, he did, and it was batshit insane, kind of.
Well, the thing that everyone kind of jumped on the Escapist about, besides the fact of people obviously who invest a lot of money and want this game to succeed no matter what,
right?
Is apparently they didn't give him enough time. He's claiming that they said, oh, we reached out to him for a comment, he didn't say anything, and then he's saying that like they reached out to me for a comment 3 hours before they posted the article, so I didn't have enough time to get back to them.
I did read that.
That's what he's claiming.
That's what he's claiming. But the other person, the person who wrote the article, I forget what her name is, like Liz something, like Liz or something, like Lizzie.
Lizzie Finnegan.
Yeah, the person who wrote it. She actually says, no, we actually gave him like a full day, like we gave him the standard of how long to wait. Or something. So, like, I think it was like 24 hours or some shit, or like some weird shit, and he did not respond to us. At this point, this is merely a whole he said, she said, and you're gonna believe whoever based on your own personal bias, I would say. Because I read that thing, and he seriously needed an editor for that.
You can't afford one.
He needs one because he needs to spend $9 million on an editor here apparently, because it was such a jumbled fucking mess, that letter. because at one point it starts with, oh yeah, Escapist didn't give me enough time, blah 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 blah, and then it goes off into this conspiracy theory nutwing, basically saying, oh yeah, this Liz woman is crazy, this Derek Smart guy who, admittedly, yeah, dude's an asshole from what I understand. Yeah, he's always been hounding us and all, and this is a Gamergate plot.
Did he seriously say that?
Yes, he did.
The thing is, if you read they even go into that in the Escapist initial report, is that the ex-employees are saying that if you work there and you say something counterintuitive to Chris Roberts, expect to get screamed at. Is he will just go off on you, and they said that's just a daily part of work there.
Which honestly, like, the shit they're talking about, this isn't some impossible thing that could never happen. A lot of the stuff that they're talking about could easily very happen. People getting yelled at, people getting screamed at, money running out, or dude just being stupid and not listening to whatever these guys are trying to suggest or talk about. These are all things that could easily happen, and I could easily buy. Like,
well, the thing is, even when when I first heard about Star Citizen, I think it was when on one of the Rage Select podcasts, Jeff was describing it. He sounded really excited about it. When he was describing it, I was like, yeah, that sounds cool, but it also doesn't sound possible.
Yeah?
Like, of just all the shit that's even in just the vanilla version of the game. It's like, I don't think we have that. I'm sure that could be made eventually.
But it would
cost a ton of money.
Yeah, that whole rumor of, like, what was it, Destiny was like $900 million or something?
$500 million.
$500 million? Yeah, you would need $500 million to make this game.
I'm going to cut you off there, because the Destiny thing, everyone always took that as to mean, oh, that means they spent $500 million.
No, I know, but it was
on just Destiny.
No, it was
one.
like
that's supposed
on
to be
everything.
for the entire franchise.
Yeah, the entire franchise. Yeah, no, like, I know that, but no, you would need $500 million alone for this game to actually be made.
Grand Theft Auto 5 cost $250 million, and that's not as expansive as Star Citizen was claiming to be.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like, all this stuff that they're talking about, I could easily buy this, and it's kind of amazing. Like, what the news should be about is how these people lost their fucking minds and started going absolutely insane about, like, saying, oh, this is horrible, this is shoddy journalism, all this shit. And it's like, I've seen worse on Polygon. I've seen worse everywhere than this. This is kind of understandable on what
it's
they've
nowhere
done.
near as bad as that one shitty journal that does nobody remember that one Polygon article that dude wrote about Rock Band 4 where he thought he was I'm so much better than this game. I didn't
exactly.
Even
it's like, no, man, people have some short motherfucking memories, don't they? That happened what?
Polygon's also the website where it was like, they basically wrote a critique on how Shadow of Mordor, like, equates kissing your wife to murdering people.
What?
Did you not read that?
Do you remember did you play Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, I did, yeah. But
do you remember the opening where it was like the way they like taught you how to do stealth was that you had to, like, it was like, give your wife a kiss. And they were like, this is really sick. It's disturbing the way they're equating. Like,
I do know that their recent I do know that their recent bullshit was they pimped out this book called What the Fuck is Wrong with Video Games? And the way they did it was by claiming that the Polygon staff wrote it, but in actuality, they were pimping this no-name motherfucker that they were friends with. And it turns out that the dude who wrote this entire article was the guy who made this book, and he was referring to himself in the third person and wrote that it was by the Polygon staff.
Wow.
In my opinion, that is
everyone
much
likes to jump on Kotaku, and there are a lot of things wrong with Kotaku.
Yeah.
But
in my opinion,
Polygon is
so
where
worse.
all the bad things of Kotaku congregate.
Yeah, it's like
Kotaku is just shitty. Like, Polygon goes out of its way to be horrible.
Yeah, Kotaku's the shitty little brother that's too stupid to know any better.
Well, it's a shitty little brother who every now and then goes like, oh, well, good job there, Jimmy.
Yeah, good job. You didn't fuck this up. Good job, retard. But then Polygon's the one that goes out of its way to be shitty. And it's so when people are saying that The Escapist is the worst site ever, or is a piece of shit, or Kotaku is better, you have to take into account that either A, these are people who don't want Star Citizen to fail and are willing to say whatever bullshit they can to make themselves feel better. B, they're stupid, or they're very pretentious, or C, yeah, they really do love Kotaku that much. And if you do, I don't want to be talking to you.
I'd have no investment in Star Citizen because even if the game comes out and is as good as everyone's saying it is, I'm not going to have a powerful enough PC to play it.
Right.
And if it doesn't come out and it kind of collapses in on itself, I'm not going to feel like, haha, you guys didn't have a good game. The only reason I'm going to somewhat snicker about it is because all the people who are so fucking vehemently defending it have made me go like, well, kind of fuck this game then. It's nothing against the game. It's the people who are defending it are pissing me off.
Yeah, it's those people that have that mentality, and of which apparently there's a lot.
You can want a game to succeed, just don't be a dick about it.
Yeah, it's like, look, I can understand that you don't want this to fail because, A, you all of you have put like a shitload of money into this.
I would be fucking pissed off too if I put over fucking $100 into a game and it just was like, it didn't work out, or
it was mediocre.
I would be fucking furious.
And I would totally be in denial too if I put like $1,000 or something. If I put even $100, I would totally be in denial, being like, no, it's good. It's because like that whole realization of like, shit, I'm
never gonna get that money back.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get that money back.
I don't even think it's denial. I think to a certain extent they're trying to talk themselves into thinking that their investment was worth something.
Exactly.
Yeah, which I can understand, but it's like you don't have to come off as such a fucking dick or try and demonize a woman for doing what was at best, real journalism. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, okay.
We don't know the specifics of it.
Yeah, it's not like she went to Afghanistan or something.
No, I'm talking about real journalism. No, okay. When I say that, I'm talking about real journalism in as much as you can in a video game journalism industry.
Yeah.
She did at most what she could have done. I mean, none of these
allegedly,
and allegedly she did the most. And at this point, this is more of a he said, she said kind of thing at this point, and you're going to believe whatever your bias believes. Like, yeah, I've actually known this girl, and she's just really cool, so of course I'm going to be biased towards her, obviously.
Well, all right then. Shall we move on?
One more thing, though. If this does fail, imagine how bad, like, Kickstarter this is going to be. Like what the ramifications of that would be.
I don't know, man. What are you sure it'll scare a lot of other people off, but there are also, like, the people who made the Shadowrun games have had great success with Kickstarter because they fucking deliver on the product.
True. There have been many more successes than there have been failures, but, like, the only two failures that I could really, really think of are, like, if this was to fail, this would be the second failure, and then the first one would more or less be Double Fine's thing.
Well, and then there was the unsung story last week.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so 3. Yeah.
Up. There was that one fencing game where they were just like, the game just doesn't work. Sorry.
Yeah. Was that a big thing, though? Or was that more like...
It's just another example.
Okay, yeah. So
far, I've only donated to one Kickstarter, and that is the Platonic Ukulele, and they've been offering consistent updates on the game at least. So, there was that other. Was not the one that's Ark Survival Edition. Was that
just Sheltered or something?
The Stomping Land, was that Kickstarter?
The Stomping Land. Let me see this. Is that the one with the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I think that was. Yeah, I think that was a Kickstarter.
That was the one that went tits up.
Starter. Yep, yeah, The Stomping Land by Alex Fedora.
Fedora.
Yeah, it's almost like Fedora. Yeah, this was a Kickstarter.
Yep. All right, well, another example.
Yeah, like, there have been many successes, but, like, the failures are always the ones that are, like, I guess for lack of a better term, newsworthy. Like those are the ones that everyone focuses on. You know, so I would be curious if this did fail, if Star Citizen did fail like hard, or not even hard, just came out and it was like, it's okay. Like how big of a bitch out would this be, honestly? I am kind of curious. Now I kind of want it to fail, just so I could see how bad it would get.
Yeah, give it 2 or 3 years before shit starts to hit the fan, I would guess.
Right.
So shall we move on? We
Guess
only got
so.
one. I don't even know what do we have left? Oh yeah.
I don't know.
This happened yesterday. Microsoft bought Havok. What is Havok, you ask?
The physics engine?
That thing you see before almost every game nowadays, the Havok physics engine, is now owned by Microsoft.
So we're going to get Halo with the Havok, the physics engine.
But it doesn't really change anything to people who shout the whole doom and go, oh no, we're going to make it exclusive to Xbox. Well, what do we do? Dark Souls uses it. All it means is some tiny bit of royalties are going to go to Microsoft now. Nothing's going to change. It's fine. It just continues in Microsoft's quest to own every single thing related to gaming.
Yeah. They're like the Disney of game companies.
Which I'm thinking at the moment, like, is this Microsoft's way of slyly, like, profiting off of the PS4 success?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Like first it was Minecraft, and then now it's Havok. I don't
know if there's a specific thing. I believe there's like some kind of thing some kind of chip that Sony makes that's in every Xbox.
Maybe.
It's like it's some kind of. But I'm sure there's even other examples where there's stuff Microsoft owns that Sony has to pay for, and there's stuff Sony owns that Microsoft has to pay for.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah. It's just the way shit works in the age where one company owns a holy metric fuck ton of everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kind of movie, I don't really have any other gaming stories unless you guys do, but just as a kind of a side thing, kind of related to gaming. That whole Assassin's Creed movie, which could turn out to be pretty good because it's got a good director. It's got Michael Fassbender. It's got Marion Cotillard. They just added
Marion Cotillard.
I don't know how to say it. French lady with nice tits. They just added Jeremy Irons and Brendan Gleeson to the cast.
Oh god! Wow,
Yeah.
That's actually kind of surprising. Wow.
Yeah, two other really good actors. Maybe.
Yeah,
this...
but
God,
Jeremy
I hope
Irons
this turns out well.
Jeremy Irons was also in Dungeons and Dragons, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
God, this. I hope this turns out okay, cause
so far it's either this or Warcraft.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Warcraft, which I'm kind of looking forward to, cause my man, what the fuck is his name? Lex Luthor is in there, so.
Michael Rosenbaum?
No.
Clancy Brown?
Yes. Clancy Brown.
Who's Clancy Brown?
He's one of the orcs. He's like one of the main orcs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
And he's going to be talking like Lex Luthor. Let us fight, Superman. I mean Thrall.
All right. That's all my gaming-related stories I got. You guys got anything?
Not really. There really hasn't been anything going on. I mean, the only thing, the biggest thing I saw was, the escapist thing, which we've talked way too much about, and the whole, the Deus Ex thing, where they're like, yeah, we're done, we don't do that anymore, we canceled that, which, thank God for that. Like, those are the only two that I know, so far. How about you, Sweet?
Do we,
yeah, I'm just looking at stuff now. I think we've covered pretty much everything.
do we end it?
Well, okay, there is one thing that I guess is kind of interesting, is like, okay, y'all know the Humble Bundle, right?
Sure.
So apparently they're doing a monthly subscription service,
All right.
Right.
which is like, I don't know how that would fucking work. Because, like, isn't the whole Humble Bundle where it's like, oh, they announce, like, a game, like, a whole series of games, and then you buy it? So how exactly would that work with a monthly subscription?
Yeah, that is kind of. I assume it's just like you pay this amount of money and then you're guaranteed to get the next few Humble Bundles. I doubt
Maybe,
it's like
yeah.
I don't know the specifics of it. Is it like you get access to them for only as long as you pay?
Let me see. Pay a monthly fee, and have games delivered to their email the first Friday of the month. Humble Bundle is offering those who subscribe this month receive a copy of Legend of Grimrock 2, in addition to the November bundle when it comes out next month.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're just doing like you pay this amount of money and then you're guaranteed the next month.
Yeah. Every month will come with an instant access title. Interesting.
Hmm.
I'm hoping that's good.
Yeah.
I love Humble Bundle.
I've never bought any of them because I don't have a good PC, but
Really?
I know a lot of people are really into that.
Yeah. See, I have a decent PC. Like, I don't know how much I spent. I think, like, the most expensive thing that I paid for was GTX 960, and that was, like, only $150, which wasn't bad, because it was a deal and all. Yeah, I usually just fuck around with my PC, that way I can catch up with all these, like, movies and TV shows that I need to watch. So, yeah, I think that's it. So I guess I'll say goodbye to everyone listening. And with me has been Aligo Swede.
Goodbye.
And Charles Armstrong.
Good night, everybody.
Good evening. I mean, good night.
Good evening.
Boris Karloff.
Hello.